Apparently, not wanting to date a transgender person makes you transphobic. But this whole thing started with this guy tweeting out, "What is super straight?" This is a new sexuality that means that you are only attracted to cisgender women or men. This was made due to an influx of people saying that you aren't straight if you aren't attracted to trans women dash men. We are part of the LGBTQ now. So this guy is obviously trolling. I don't really care for the trolling aspect. I mean, congrats, you made it on trending page. But I'm here for the, oh, if you don't like transgender people, that means you're like transphobic or some shit. So this convo, very interesting. Fishy says, I thought LGBTQ was about acceptance. I guess not, hypocrites. Choco says, you have no right to say LGBTQ when super straight not only is disrespecting the T, it is also a mockery of all the letters. Javante says, they just don't want to date trans people. That doesn't make them transphobic. Shaking my head. Choco says, not wanting to date a trans person because they have brown hair or blue eyes isn't transphobic, but not wanting to date them because they are trans does make them transphobic. Sir says, why are you so concerned with who people want to have sex with? It's super weird and wrong. Fishy says, nope, it's called a preference. Choco says, a preference is blonde hair or brown eyes. Fishy says, it's a preference because you would rather date woman-born woman, not woman-born men. See, it's a preference. Aurora says, like the other person, that's not a preference. A preference is like saying, I like girls with brown hair. Saying you rather date someone who is born female rather than someone who is transgender is different. Take time to think before posting. Axel says the dude never said anything bad about trans people, he just said he didn't want to date one. Holly says if you're talking about the guy who made the super straight stuff, then he actually did. He said that a trans woman wasn't a real woman, which is completely invalidating trans people. Axel says what's wrong with someone wanting a girlfriend that was born a biological female? Also, if you can answer this genuine question for me, what makes a woman a real woman? Holly says there isn't anything wrong, but it's a preference, not a sexuality. By making it one, you're separating bio woman and trans woman when they're just woman. A real woman is someone who identifies with the gender of being a woman. Okay, so basically, now that we have like the main sides of, the conversation of what's happening in the hashtag, I'm gonna say what I think. But first of all, so, I mean, the whole hashtag, I think it's a fucking troll. I mean, he's obviously like trolling people with that shit, but his argument, it's like, it's not wrong, but it's like, wrong, obviously. He's basically implying that all sexualities are LGBTQ, I guess, because he's saying, cisgender, if you like cisgender, you're like super straight, which is LGBT. Here's my thing. They're saying that preferring a biological woman over a transgender woman is transphobic. I don't think it's transphobic. It's literally, I think it's a preference. Me personally, I don't want to date a transgender guy who is like, who has a vagina, my dude. Like, what if I want kids? So, I mean, I don't think it's transphobic. You just want, like, God, and this is probably gonna come off as transphobic, but you just want, like, a biological female. Holy shit, I'm probably gonna get canceled, but this is just what I think. Listen, if you believe you're a girl or you're a guy, okay, you're a girl, you're a guy, but I'm still gonna stick with science or whatever. Like, you literally can't change what I'm thinking. Like, I'm still gonna think, oh, that's a transgender guy, but it's really a girl. Like, I'm just gonna think that in my head, even though you're a guy. Like, that's just how it is. Like, you can't change my thinking because, science. But now people are saying, oh, the science points to there being more than two genders or something. And it's just like, for me, it's like, okay, whatever you think, but when you're a transgender guy, I'm low-key gonna think, oh, you were a girl, so you're actually biologically a girl. I'm not gonna say it to your face, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but that's just how I think. That's how your body is, and that's how your hormones are. I mean, but anyways, that's not really the main conversation, kind of got off hand, but I guess it's trying to prove that, liking only women that were born women and not liking transgender women who were born men is not transphobic. For me, wanting to date a guy that was born a guy, biologically, I don't think that's transphobic. I don't even think that makes any sense. It's literally a preference. I don't know why they're saying it's not a preference. It is a preference. And you having that preference doesn't make you transphobic. I mean, but, that's how I feel. I'm probably going to get canceled, but it's whatever. But, anyways, what do you guys feel about it? Do you think, you know, do you think liking somebody who was biologically a male, but like not dating, people who were not biologically, a male, is that like transphobic? I apparently it is. I absolutely like do not know why, but it's whatever, to be honest. In the end, date who you want to date, like you want to like. I don't care, I'm not homophobic, transphobic. Like, subscribe, comment what you think below, and bye.